We've been a leader in banking for more than 100 years. You'll find us here, at home, on your phone, and everywhere you go. Renaissance Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
Sponsored by Renaissance Bank.
Good morning and welcome to Newsbreak for Monday, November 27th. I'm Derek Russell. First on today's show, we'll take a look at the Weather Underground forecast. Today will be sunny with a high of 65 and a low of 36 with a 10% chance of rain. Your 3-day outlook: Tuesday, sunny with a high of 67 and a low of 43, and rain in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. High of 68 and a low of 50 with a 50% chance of rain on Wednesday, and Thursday high of 64 with a low of 37, 50% chance of rain. For more weather, visit djournal.com/weather. Our top stories for today: the city of Tupelo is increasing its efforts to prioritize neighborhood revitalization and blight removal. Housing-related issues have been at the forefront of recent mayoral elections in Tupelo, and Jason Shelton's re-election this spring again focused on the need to make the city's housing stock attractive to middle-class workers. On Tuesday, Tupelo City Council approved the use of public money to tear down dilapidated and burned-out properties. In the best-case scenario, the city could be reimbursed for its efforts. Each of the 6 properties have been declared a public health hazard by the City Council. Since the private owners have ignored warnings to fix the structures, the city will tear them down and bill the owners for the costs. Development Services Director Shane Hooper said the expense is worthwhile to ensure nearby property values remain high. Friends and family gathered throughout Tupelo on Friday to pay final respects to a flight nurse who died while trying to help others. Jim Spruill was a chief flight nurse for North Mississippi Medical Center. The 61-year-old was one of 3 people who died in a medical helicopter crash in rural Arkansas on November 19th. That helicopter was operated by Pafford EMS and Air Methods. It was en route from Pine Bluff, Arkansas to DeWitt, Arkansas when the crash happened. On Friday, a processional carried Spruill's body from Little Rock, Arkansas to his hometown of Sulligent, Alabama. The Mississippi Highway Patrol motorcycle unit escorted the procession through Mississippi. In Tupelo, about 20 motorcycles with the Patriot Guard and about a dozen ambulances joined the procession. It stopped at the Care Flight hangar and at the hospital. NMMC Emergency Services Director Kathy Terrell was among several hundred people who watched the processional. She said they wanted to just show their respect for Spruill. The Lee County Library's Bookmobile celebrates a big anniversary this year. It's been 75 years since the vehicle left the Lee County Library for the first time on May 1st, 1942. Today is one of only 2 operating bookmobiles in Mississippi, and the only one that has had continuous service for 75 years. Mississippi's only other bookmobile is in Oxford. Lee County's mobile library emerged from the cooperative venture as part of a Works Progress administration project. That vehicle has been replaced 4 times over the years, with the library acquiring the current model in 2008. Bookmobile librarian Barbara Carruthers said it can hold about 1,000 books and more than 200 DVDs. It travels throughout the county on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays, bringing books to those who are unable to get to Tupelo. Carruthers said about 90% of her patrons are regulars. During the fiscal year that ended September 30th, Carruthers logged more than 746 public hours, had 8,004 visitors, and presented 101 preschool programs. And in sports, after years of speculation, Dan Mullen is leaving Mississippi State for another SEC coaching job. MSU players were summoned to a closed team meeting Sunday afternoon to meet with Mullen. He will depart the Bulldogs after 9 seasons to return to Florida as its head coach. The 45-year-old served as offensive coordinator for the Gators under Urban Meyer from 2005 to 2008 and won 2 national championships in Gainesville. Mullen went 69-46 during his time in Starkville and has led the Bulldogs to 8 consecutive bowl games. He led State to its first ever #1 national ranking for 5 weeks during the 2014 season and shattered 112 school records. That does it for Newsbreak on this Monday. Don't forget this show is one of the many online offerings courtesy of the Daily Journal that gets you news off the page and on the go. Today at 2 p.m. you can watch the Capitol View webcast with Capitol Bureau Chief Bobby Harrison talking about the latest in state politics at djournal.com. Each story discussed today can be found in your Daily Journal or online at djournal.com, where you can find a new episode of Newsbreak each weekday at 7 a.m. I'm Derek Russell. Thanks for joining us.